Welcome to Family Friday. Proverbs is the insight of how to apply the Torah, that is, the embodiment of God's wisdom for life in various situations, wherever we may find ourselves. And according to chapter 1, verse 7, it starts with an attitude of reverence and obedience to the Lord. And only fools despise instruction and reproof that the Torah provides. Now, Jesus, in particular, in the Sermon on the Mount, Matthew 5 through 7, expands the wisdom contained in the Torah. Now, the divide between wisdom and foolishness may not seem much at the beginning, but over a lifetime, the end results are worth the effort to live wisely. And it's not worth the effort to live foolishly, for foolishness leads to chaos and violence and greed. Wisdom leads to enjoyment, prosperity, and a type of order in which all people are able to thrive in. And so we need to be reflective about to whom and what we listen, for foolishness and wisdom are always calling out to us. Now, chapter 3 of Proverbs begins with instruction from wisdom. Wisdom is encouraging us to follow its instruction with the benefits of a long life with all the resources we need. Now, we often fool ourselves into thinking we lack the resources to conduct life as God wishes. However, living life as God directs is simple. It's usually our fears of the what-ifs that complicate our obedience to the Lord. The first thing it stresses in chapter 3 is that loyalty and forgiveness, that is, being someone who lives beyond oneself and one's wants and one's needs, is important. So this means keep your promises and commitments, for such a character wins favor with people and the Lord. One relationship expert says that a person needs to keep at least 87% of promises for those people around him to trust him or her. And so that is what helps us to learn to trust. It's keeping the little promises that builds the confidence to trust the big promises. Trust in the Lord, particularly as revealed through the Torah, that it is the narratives and commands of Genesis through Deuteronomy. You take what's in there over your own insight. You let your trust be that you obey before you maybe understand, in the hopes that you will gain insight into the wisdom of the Torah as you continue living life as God has commanded. This means you provide the Lord his due. This means that you live to honor him. And if you live to honor the Lord, you will find that you have more resources, more appreciation to enjoy life. You will have more confidence and security than if you live foolishly on your own. Now, wisdom also considers one's neighbor, which includes your family. And you don't withhold giving your family what is their due, particularly when you have it in your hands to give it to them. And you don't plan harm against another person. Now, you may not think you think evil thoughts much, but you probably need to sit down and just reflect. And you might be surprised at how many evil thoughts come into our lives. And what we have to do is at least learn how to reduce the actions of evil, and then perhaps try to get at the root of the evil that's coming to us about thinking what we could do to our husband, kids, parents, etc. In a way, the whole book of Proverbs is advocating everything we need here in chapter 3. All those sayings in chapter 10 through 31 really are repetitive, put in a way that causes us to reflect the depth of the wisdom in every situation that we find ourselves. And so until next time, read over Proverbs chapter 3. It's not that long, and it's chock full of wisdom that can benefit you and your family.